Hey everyone, my name is Tyler Benentega. I'm a fourth year student here at CSU, and I'm currently studying history with a concentration in social studies teaching. In today's lesson, I'll be introducing the topic of government and looking at the two examples of democracies and dictatorships. Let's start by taking a look at the Colorado State Standard being addressed in this lesson. This lesson will be focused on Standard 4 for 6th grade social studies, civics. More specifically, that students can analyze origins, structure, and functions of government, and their impacts on societies and citizens. Through this, they can compare multiple systems of government. In addition to the Colorado State Standard, the Colorado Career and Technology Standard addressed in this lesson is Standard 1, Creativity and Innovation, which states, students demonstrate creative thinking, construct knowledge, and develop innovative products and processes using technology. The objectives of this lesson are as follows. Given details about democracies and dictatorships, the student will be able to identify each form of government and explain how citizens may interact with this form of government in a Create a Government activity. Given the Prezi software, the student will be able to create a government that aligns with the characteristics of either a democracy or a dictatorship in a 5-minute presentation. Given an introduction to government, the student will be able to describe what a government is and discern its importance in a short exit ticket. If met, these objectives allow students to understand the concept of government and how it shows up in different systems. They also allow students to use technology to demonstrate their understanding of government in an awesome presentation. In order to check for understanding, and to make sure students are hitting the lesson objectives, students will need to take notes in their notebooks, create a Prezi presentation with the group, and complete an exit ticket at the end of the lesson. In addition, the discussion we have throughout, and questions that I ask to students will serve as a check-in to see how we're doing so far. This lesson will begin by highlighting the lesson objectives I mentioned earlier, and then having students work independently on warm-up questions. The questions will be, what is a democracy? What is a dictatorship? We'll discuss these questions for a few minutes after giving them an opportunity to write down some answers. I'll then display an example notes sheet with terms seen here that they should be getting down. I'll let each student take their own style of notes with this format as an example. We will then move into government, where I'll ask the class what they think it is. After some discussion and making sure that I have everyone with me before moving on, we will discuss the forms we see government in and how it can show up differently in different parts of the world. As an example, we'll look at the US levels of government, federal, state, and local. Afterwards, I'll have everyone pair up for a Think, Pair, Share activity. I'll put the question, is government necessary? Why or why not? Up on the board and give students about 5 to 7 minutes to discuss, and then have them share out by calling on random groups. We will then move on to discussing some details about democracy, rule by the people, and dictatorships, rule by one, by force. After these discussions, I'll introduce the activity we'll be working on for the next couple of classes. In this activity, students will need to create their own government using the information they've learned so far in the lesson. They'll be working in groups of 3. Half the groups will make a democracy and the other half will make a dictatorship. In this activity, students will need to name the country their government resides in, include whether it's a democracy or a dictatorship, explain how the government operates, give an example of some of the rules, describe how people are elected / decisions are made, name some of the leaders, include pictures, and also present their government. In order to complete this assignment, students will be using the Prezi software. Prezi is a type of presentation software that is a much more creative alternative to PowerPoint. The software allows information to be presented in a very visually appealing way, offering cool transitions and endless amounts of designs for presentations. This assignment directly connects to the standards in that it allows students to compare multiple systems of government, answer the essential question, what would a government look like if you created it, and also use a form of technology that allows them to create engaging and innovative presentations. This assignment will require about 2 to 3 days of in-class work time, including time for everyone's presentations. The rubric I'll be using to grade this assessment will evaluate students in the categories of content, knowledge gained, voice and participation, and flair. I'll fill out these rubrics for students as they give their presentations, and also give an opportunity for peer evaluation as well, with a slightly simpler rubric. As an assessment at the end of this specific lesson, I'll have students complete an exit ticket that has them answer some questions like, what is government? And what was one interesting thing you learned today? These questions will allow me to check that the lesson objectives have been met for the day, see if we need to spend more time on certain concepts, and also see what they enjoyed most about the lesson, so I know what to improve. I hope this lesson will be able to give a proper introduction to the concept of government, as well as what different governments may look like. Thanks for watching!